back to Mr. Carr, who will provide the first response to the following question. There has been some discussion about electing the mayor from the aldermen, like the other surrounding cities do, and the way that Kingsport actually did until the early 1980s. What is your feeling about that?
Well, I think if you were going to change anything regarding our electoral format, what I would do is I would elect aldermen by district so that every member of our community can have equal representation and an equal voice. I wouldn't change anything with regard to how the mayor is elected. Thank you.
I would leave it the way it is. That way the people have a say and they can hold you accountable if they pick you or him or Mr. McIntyre, whoever it is, the people can hold you accountable for it if you have elections.
I would leave it the way it is. I think the whole system has changed over the years, where you rotate, generally everybody has an opportunity to serve as mayor, and that's certainly a good system, but I think our system has brought some focus. It's basically, unfortunately, made the mayor's job almost a full-time job, as at least the two mayors that are here can probably attest. But it works well, and it provides a focus. Big disadvantage is they have to run every 2 years, and as one said, you know, you serve 18 months and run for 6, and that's probably not the most efficient way to do things.
Well, you know, our counterparts, Johnson City, Bristol, they elect their mayor among themselves at their first meeting, and it seems to work for them, and what we're doing seems to work for us. This is the type of thing that the mayor and the BMA can feel out among our citizens. When I'm elected, I'm gonna have quarterly town hall meetings with the citizens to get their input on anything they wanna talk about and run ideas by them. We need to establish a connection with our citizens again. We need to regain their trust and confidence, which has been lost because the city has put so much emphasis on discretionary projects that they seem to ignore some of the basic things. And if you can't do the basic things well, your credibility suffers. So I'm gonna lay out some practical solutions to things and get their ideas from the citizens, and we're gonna start over and do it right.
You know, the Indians today have been saying, you know, don't be too critical of other people. And as he said, we have two mayors who are right here now. Don't be too critical, just in the event that you have not walked in their moccasins. You know, do we need the kind of system that we have? I think it works great. Number one, I think the mayor needs to be accountable to the people. As the leader of that board, the mayor needs it, and I think it's a great idea having it every 2 years. The mayor ought to be able to, on a more frequent basis, put himself before the citizenry saying, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and if you don't agree with me, you have an opportunity at the ballot box.
Thank you. Our next question, we will start with Mr. Mabb. As part of the Move to Kingsport initiative, there is much agreement about the importance of diversifying our community. What specifically would you suggest to help Kingsport retain its retiree population, as well as to recruit new retirees from all around the country?
I don't know, the retirees, we got the Quad Center over there, the YMCA, that's things that they're looking for, and they just built that, place there by Walmart. Blake. And they're looking for stuff like that. I see a lot of retirees up north that's what they're looking for. And I think we're heading in the right direction on that.
Mr. McIntyre.
It's pretty clear that Visit Kingsport's done a good job. We are reaching out. We are a very attractive community for retirees, particularly from high tax states, because they can come here. And as Jeff likes to say, when he says taxes are $2,000, so they say it's that a month, and we say, no, that's a year. But we have some real opportunities. It's a great place outside for people to go. We've got the Crown Jewel in Bays Mountain Park. We've got lots of things to try to attract people here, and we're doing that. We also have to have things for younger folks. We have to have jobs. I know a lot of my friends here that came to Kingsport because it was a job, and we have to have those good jobs, and we need to bring people here to live, and I think once they're here, they'll stay. We've all loved this town, and we want to see the best, so I think we've got to work on both of those.
The amazing thing to me is that as I went through the budget, I noticed that we only devoted $25,000 to move to Kingsport. And I thought the whole gist of the One Kingsport thing was to get more people to move here. I mean, I'm known as a real budget hawk, a fiscal responsibility guy, but that'd be one area I would put more money into, is getting people to move here. Met Sharon yesterday, 72 years old, lives on the back end of Preston Woods, has her own business at home. She's lived all over the world because she grew up in an Air Force family and moved around as an adult. She loves it here. She made a checklist, 100 things, Kingsport checked off on 99. I said, gee, we need to recruit more people like you. She said, no, let them find out on their own. She likes it as it is. But you recruit more seniors and they create jobs because seniors use services. You know, it's almost intuitive. And I'd put more into it. And it's a great community now for seniors. They just need to find out about it.
There's no question, Pat is right. Seniors use a lot of services, and one of the biggest services they use is healthcare. Kingsport is the oldest community in the state of Tennessee of any size. Any city in the state of Tennessee over 50,000 people, Kingsport is by far the oldest. Johnson City has an average population age of 36. Kingsport has an average population age of 44. We need to make sure we understand this healthcare dilemma we're facing right now before we were to go out and recruit more seniors. How are they going to get the healthcare that they need if, to some extent, our healthcare system is being dismantled? And so we need to think about what priorities are in place to make sure we're doing what's right for the citizens of our community.
Although I'm only 23 years old, I've been very blessed to have been on many trips across the country. I've been to Ohio, I've been to Las Vegas, I've been to Florida many times. I used to vacation in Myrtle Beach every summer. Last year I was lucky enough to visit my cousins in England, and we went on to France. And you know, you go to all these places, and a lot of people have never heard of Kingsport. And I think that's something we need to work on, because here you have some of the, I have to say, this is the nicest community I've ever been in. I love my community, and that's why I'm here today. I want to give a voice to people that haven't had a voice for quite some time, and yeah, that's what I would focus on. Thank you.